Mike and Harrison, what's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike, thanks for taking the call. Real quick before I talk about the Jets and the Tebow disaster and speculate on that, I had called you a couple months before. It was a divisional Sunday. It was the Giant-Packer game, and they had just played the Saint-Niner game before. And I called you, and I said I couldn't believe how much Gregg blitzed, and I thought he was, thought it was crazy how much he blitzed considering his personnel was decent at best. And you said, well, you have to be careful. I think he's out of there. And lo and behold, all this happens. And
well, I knew he was getting fired, but I thought he was fired because they just didn't agree. I knew he was leaving, and he was looking for a new job. I knew that, but I didn't know anything about. I didn't know anything about any of this thing. I had never heard one echo or one word about. I knew that he and Sean didn't agree on some of the blitzes this year. Sean thought he blitzed too much. He was going to go back with Jeff Fisher once Jeff Fisher took a job. I heard all that, but I never heard one word, not one rumble about any of this bounty stuff. I never heard it mentioned anywhere at any time, not one time.
I mean, Payton is, he's done for, like you've been saying, since these allegations came down and Goodell made his decision, he's judge and jury. I understand that Payton's going to appeal, and everybody appeals everything in society.
But I don't know where to. You see, if a player has a right to appeal, it's in the collective bargaining agreement. I don't know where the coach appeals to. I don't know. It's not said. It's not a mechanism that is set up in the collective bargaining agreement to appeal. I don't know who he appeals to. I don't think there's any process for him to appeal. We know that there is a process set up for player appeals of suspensions. And they're always appealed. But I don't know. I think Sean just thinks because players always appeal that he can appeal, but who does he appeal to? I don't think there's a mechanism for him to appeal. I think he winds up right back in front of the commissioner. Rich and Gregg.